Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video I would like to talk about PlayStation games coming to Xbox. And I'm talking about first-party PlayStation Studio games, not only third-party stuff like Helldivers 2 for example or Death Stranding, which are both on Xbox. I mean, Helldivers 2 is just about to be released, right? But that's not proper first-party PlayStation Studios games because Death Stranding was made by Kojima Production, they are independent, and Helldivers developers, I forget their name, they are independent studio as well. I mean, their next game is a multi-platform game anyway, and it's not going to be published by PlayStation, right? So obviously these games are coming or are on Xbox already. I mean, there's more. MLB The Show and Destiny 2 is a first-party PlayStation game now, but there's two things that actually happened in the past week, I guess, which suggest that there's actually going to be more games, not only like that, not only third-party games published by PlayStation, but also first-party PlayStation Studios made games. And I don't really want to throw any, big IPs or titles because we don't really know which games are actually coming, but we know they are coming because of two things. First, a few days ago there was a post on one of the PlayStation websites advertising for a job, and they are looking for senior director for a sort of like a multi-platform kind of team, a PlayStation team, where they would be looking at releasing PlayStation first-party PlayStation Studios games on other platforms. And they talk about like all kinds of platforms: Epic Store, Steam, Nintendo, Xbox as well, and mobile, right? So that alone suggests that they are thinking about that PlayStation multi-platform strategy big time, right? They are not hiring just one person, right? They are hiring a director, senior director, to oversee the whole team. How big of a team it's going to be, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that they are thinking about like releasing more games on other platforms. It's not only about Xbox, by the way, right? Nintendo is going to get their share, and there's probably going to be more PC ports as well. So it's actually all coming in a very interesting direction, very similar to what Microsoft is doing. And I remember all these comments, from back last year, where people were telling me that like PlayStation would never do that, that the industry can change all they want, but PlayStation doesn't won't change. They cherish their exclusives and stuff. And I'm not saying that exclusives don't matter anymore, but I think that PlayStation is actually moving away slowly from like a proper exclusives, like all platforms exclusives, to like I guess PlayStation timed exclusives, if you know what I mean. And actually we are actually seeing that already with Steam, for example. On Steam, on PC or Epic Store, we've got all kinds of first-party stuff as well, like Horizon games are on Steam. There's Helldivers was actually day one release. Death Stranding 2 is probably going to be released for PC and Xbox as well, just like the first one, right? And there's all kinds of multiple games. Last of Us, I'm actually wondering when GT is coming to Gran Turismo is coming to PC, and it looks like they want to expand, because that's what they actually said in the post. They want to expand, and they're thinking about like not day one releases, because I think they used this particular word, I forgot the word, which kind of suggests that they are thinking about like releasing games on other platforms after they've been released for PlayStation, right? Like semi-year or mid-year kind of a strategy. I think that's the word they used, right? So they talk about like releasing games after a while, whether that's going to be a few months or, you know, a year or two, I don't know. And I think that's why they are hiring this person to oversee that, to actually create a proper strategy, to come up with a plan, which games make sense for what platforms, and, you know, and which games make sense to release day one, which games make sense to release like 6 months to a year or later, or, you know, some games may, you know, may never release on other platforms because, you know, who knows, some games may be PlayStation specific, and you know, who knows, right? But, you know, genuinely speaking, it just shows that the industry is changing, and I know that like right now people say that, oh, Nintendo is the only one that really have their, you know, true exclusives, and I guess that's true, at least for now. I'm not suggesting that Nintendo will change and they will do the same. I don't know that, nothing actually suggests that right now, but, you know, PlayStation have been moving away from like a proper exclusives, you know, for a while now, at least for 2 years now, with releasing their games, first party games on PlayStation, on PC, and now they are expanding to other platforms. Why? Because they need money, they need, you know, higher margins, and, you know, they also saw the success that Xbox, you know, is having right now with releasing their games on PlayStation, on PC as well, and all these millions of copies of games they are selling not only on Xbox. I mean, you know, Game Pass is actually on Xbox really, but on Steam and Epic and PlayStation now. And I'm not sure if you heard, but they sold over 3 million Forza Horizon 5 copies on PlayStation in just 2 months, right? Like, you know, and the funny thing is that like I think when it comes to like last year or this year, I don't know, like whole of 2025, I think Microsoft was the biggest publisher on PlayStation Store, right? Like they beat everyone, like, because they've got Activision, they've got Bethesda, now they've got their own games. Forza Sea of Thieves was very successful and still is very successful on PlayStation. So it just goes to show that when it comes to profits and making money and stuff, like Microsoft knows how to do that. Whether that's going to pay off for them long term, we'll have to wait and see. I just hope that they're not going to quit on their consoles and hardware and that kind of stuff, because at the end of it, it does give the platform holder a little bit of a, you know, identity, if you know what I mean. Like you know, you've got something physical from them, especially now that, you know, most games are digital anyway. So at least you've got like you know, a Steam Deck for Steam, you've got PlayStation for PlayStation games, Xbox for Xbox games, or PC, whatever, right? Either way, it looks like the industry is changing. PlayStation is slowly moving away from, you know, proper exclusives, and it's just going to, you know, expand further in the future, next generation as well. How that new strategy will look like for PlayStation, you know, we'll have to wait and see, but, you know, they sure are changing and adapting as well. They're probably not going to be releasing their games all, you know, like straight away like Microsoft, but we'll have to wait for it and for the fruits. But like just yesterday I saw another post from Nate the Hate, and he said that he knows of few, you know, he knows that there's already few titles in development apparently, or he didn't say in development, but he did say that he knows, he have heard from somebody from PlayStation that there's more games coming to Xbox, right? He didn't mention any titles, and he didn't really say whether these games are already in development or they are just planning to start development of these games. I mean, the ports, we don't know that, but you know, looks like sooner or later we're going to hear more about more games, more PlayStation games coming to Xbox, and that's a good news, I guess. So anyway, guys, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.